Well, I knew there had to be simple solutions for the problems I was having, and thank you very much to Philip and Owen, who both very quickly responded to the last post I put up. I thought for this post I would just kind of show you what they said and demonstrate it for you so that you guys can see what it would look like on the screen. So the first question that I had was if I had an instance and say I wanted to lengthen this instant because it wasn't quite the right length, say I needed to add just a little bit to the end, I have a couple different options. The first one is that I can hold the Option and Command buttons on the keyboard. If I hold them at the same time, now when I point, oops, it would help if I was on the screen. Okay, Option and Command. Now when I point to the end, I get this like crosshatch thing instead of, if I'm not holding them, it's just like a finger and like an arrow. So again, I'm going to hold Option and Command, and I can now take and drag and readjust that actual instance. So I'm just going to undo that though so I don't ruin my data. My other option is if you want a more frame-by-frame specific movement, if I click on the instance and then press Control E, that brings up like the Edit Instance screen. And what I didn't realize before, that these little arrows here, I had tried this earlier, but I didn't know that these little arrows here will actually extend the instance start and end time frame by frame. So I can actually click, and you can see frame by frame it's adjusting the time here. So I can adjust it, and actually when I push it, you can see it's adjusting it down here as well for the end time. So if you watch, I'll push, and it's extending it out a little bit at a time. So it's a little bit more specific. I'm also going to undo that one. So the other problem I had was being able to merge instances, and this was it here. I had split my instance too because I realized that I had another behavioral prompt that I missed coding. So I did that in my last video, so I have this extra instance 3 here. However, I need to merge 3 and 4 because the beginning of 4 is actually the same, it's a continuation of instance 3, and then I'll have to resplit into the correct spot in a little bit. So to merge the instances, that's where I couldn't find it because I went up to the edit window and I didn't see anything. Like I saw instance split, but I didn't see instance merge. It's actually quite simple to do. You need to select the whole row, and you do that by clicking on the number there. So now my whole row 2 is selected. And I have to move the timeline cursor, which is this, into one of the 2 instances, here are the 2 that I want to merge. So I just moved it into number 3. And then if I hold Option Command, the same 2 buttons I was holding before, I can take and drag this cursor across from 3 to 4, and you can see that it just merged them into one instance and readjusted all the rest of the numbers. So that was actually a really quick fix. So I know some of you probably read the comments that Philip and Owen had posted for me, but sometimes it's nice just to be able to see it in action.